Hello, welcome to my channel, The Ascension Guide. I'm your guide, Joe Martin. Today's video is a message from Archangel Ariah about communication. So, this is external communication and internal communication. So, first we'll start with external communication. As some of you may have noticed at this point in time, the more, let's say, enlightened you are, the more difficult it is becoming to communicate with people who are not. And I know a lot of us have family members or friends or, whoever it is, acquaintances, coworkers, who don't understand a lot of the stuff that's going on. They don't understand what we're talking about. They don't understand our beliefs. It is what it is, right? But I know a lot of people are concerned about people being left behind, or, they want to help people. They want them to be on the same level as them. So it bothers them, and I understand that. But here's what we can do. We can dip our toes. We can see where they're at, see where they're ready to hear, see what they're ready to know. And some people are totally engulfed in the matrix and they're never going to change. And it is what it is. And we have to come to terms with that. There are going to be people who are dug in. They don't care what you have to say. They believe what they believe. And you're never going to convince them any differently. So understand when you run into those type of people, and understand when it's time to just walk away. But for others who you think there may be hope for, like I said, dip your toes in. See what they know, see where they're at, and then kind of guide them with things, read the room, so to speak, but guide them, based on what may not sound so crazy at this point. A lot of people are ready for the conspiracies, considering they've all come true lately. I shouldn't say all, most of them. So people are starting to be more willing to accept that sort of thing. So maybe start there. Or, people who are hardcore, religious, they can have a hard time coming over from the other side. But if you see openings, or you see things where they question, or they have, oh, well, I'm more spiritual than, religious. Well, that's an opportunity. Some people, get sucked into religion because of their family or their friends or whatever it is, and they don't put the full faith into it because they see the, contradictions or what have you, but they would still label themselves as that and go along with, the main theme of the religion because they don't really know any better. So if you can help them to see the light and to help them to understand what's going on, there's people who are still ready to listen. There's still people who are still ready to learn and understand what's happening. And then you have, like I said, you have the people who are dug in. So my guide, my suggestion would be to, feel around where they are and expose them to things a little bit at a time. Just ask questions is the best way to do it. The Socratic method. Have them ask questions where they come to the conclusion themselves. Where when you ask the questions, and then even if they have to go research it or whatever it is, when they come to the conclusion, they're going to say, yeah, you were right. Or they're going to come to the conclusion. You don't even have to play that role where you're right or they're wrong. It's you just be there asking questions that you already know the answer to, and let them come to the conclusions on their own. Because that's honestly the best way that people are going to wake up to anything. And the best way that people are going to come to conclusions for themselves is when they answer the question themselves. When they come to the conclusion that, oh, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Or, oh, yeah, that does make a lot of sense. That's when you'll see people, start to really come over to the side. So, okay, so that was the first part. That's external communication. Now, this next part, internal communication. So what we have to do is start trusting ourselves and asking our body what it needs. Sit there in meditation. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Try to get into that alpha brainwave state. You can do that by, I've posted videos of the breathing exercises before. I'll link that up here. But that's a good way to get into the alpha brainwave state, which is ideal for communication with spirit. So you can do those breathing techniques, and then to check in with your body. Ask it what it needs. Ask it what kind of food it wants to eat. Ask it what kind of food it doesn't want to eat. And you got to listen. You got to listen to the answers that you get, even if it seems silly. If you're getting an answer, it's your body answering you. And if it sounds off the wall, or, make sure and say, is this my body that is answering this question? And listen to what you hear. Listen to the answers you get. Right now, we're going through huge transformations, even though we don't fully understand it all the way. Me personally, I know every night when I go to sleep, I am training all night, and I wake up in the morning exhausted every day. But because of that, I've been listening to my body, and when I need a nap during the day, I take a nap. If I need to meditate, I meditate. If I feel like just reading my book, I just read my book. When my body says, hey, we should be eating apples right now instead of junk food, 99% of the time I eat apples. There's still the 1% time where I let it slip. But I'm really trying to focus on what my body needs and communicate with it, and communicate to understand how to help myself grow. Because here's the thing that everybody needs to understand. There's all these gurus, there's all these people telling you how to do this and how to do that and giving you advice, some of them telling you that you have to, some of them just presenting information. Whatever it is, understand that you are a unique being. Some of these things may work for you, some of them may not. Some of these things you may not be ready for, or some of these things may be too amateurish for you, however you want to look at it. So understand that you're an individual, you're unique, and what works for somebody else may not work for you, and that's okay. Don't be discouraged because somebody else does the breathing technique and gets into the flow state, and you try it, and it's not working for you right away. Like Ariah shows me on a vibrational chart, if you're way down here and you're trying things that work for people way up here, it may not always coincide and be the same. Ask this person who's up here what they started with, what they started doing, and those things might resonate with you better. If you're trying techniques that people who have been doing this for years and have found new ways to do things, it may not always work for you. It may not always resonate with you. As with everything, everything that I say, every message that I give, everything, take it as it resonates with you. Do not buy into anything as absolute truth or 100% this is that or that is this, because that is not how this all works. This whole thing is based on our perception of this, reality, and everybody's perception is different, and everybody is different. Every individual is here to learn something different in a different way, through a different body, through a different experience, through a different evolutionary process. So understand that. And if my advice doesn't work for you, go find somebody else who does. Go find another channel who resonates with you better, that's, fits your personality more, whatever it is. We're all here for the same purpose. We're all here for this ascension process. We're all here to help everybody else grow. And my only goal is that. So if that means that you got to go get it from somebody else, by all means. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I know that there's plenty of people who this resonates with, and my only goal is to help as many people as possible. So if you don't feel like it's helping, then that's okay. But I will tell you that a lot of the methods, I'm still relatively new. I'm not this, guru or anything that's been doing this for, 20 plus years or anything. Like I said, my process started in 2013 and has ramped up quite a lot in the last couple of months, but so I'm not there, and I'll never be there. This is all a journey. There is no destination in spiritual awakening. So if anybody tells you that they're awake or that they're done growing, they've missed the point. They haven't figured out what this is about yet. This journey never ends. So understand that. Don't think that you're so far away from your destination, because there is no destination. The journey is the destination. Figuring it all out along the way, not to get too sidetracked, but I used to coach football for a lot of years, and won a lot of championships. And one thing I figured out along the way is the championship is, I mean, yeah, it's cool. You celebrate for half hour, couple hours after the game, whatever it is, and you high five each other, and it's like, yeah, we won. But the real prize in all of that is the process. It's the journey. It's the every day at practice, with the guys who are there with that championship mindset, trying to get better. Like, that's it right there. And when you realize the same thing is true about the spiritual evolution, the spiritual progress, that it's about every day, I just got a little bit better. And that's fucking awesome. You know what I mean? So it's finding out that it's this process is the prize. Us growing and developing and understanding and being able to communicate with ourselves and others and help others grow and help ourselves grow. That's what it's all about right there. So anyway, I hope this message resonated with you. If it does, please give it a like and share, as it helps the algorithm, helps the channel grow, helps other people to see the message, and is much appreciated by myself. And if you resonate with the message, I would appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It is definitely appreciated. So thank you all very much. Until the next video, love and light.